The truth is that you would have been very rich by now. Oh yes, you heard me right. But there are certain financial habits that you keep ignoring that are just keeping you where you are right now. These financial habits actually dealt with me for many years, like they really dealt with me until I decided to stop ignoring these habits. That was when my life changed from a zero level to where I am today. There was a time when I was struggling with having ordinary 50,000 naira a month in my account until I realized that these habits were what was dealing with my financial life. 99% of people always ignore these habits. They see it as something that has nothing to do with their financial life. But honestly speaking, these habits, if you can be able to control them, you are going to skyrocket to a higher level. Now, let's look at these habits. I'll be sharing with you 5 habits that actually brought me from a zero level to being a rich person per se. So now the first habit I'm going to share with you is taking every opportunity. Most people do not like taking opportunities. When you introduce them to some certain platforms or sites that pay, the first thing they are going to ask you is how much do they pay? When the amount you give them is not up to the expectations they want, the financial expectations, they will just ignore those opportunities. But for someone like me, I love taking opportunities no matter how small it is. Even if it is $5, $10, I'm ready to take it. And that's actually what really helped me to where I am today. There was a time I started with platforms that pay $2. There was a time I also started with platforms that pay $5. But I did not despise the days of my little beginning, because when you fetch a bucket of water and pour somewhere, you fetch another bucket of water and pour somewhere, this time you are going to grow an ocean. And that's just exactly the way your financial life is. If you put in $2 today, you put in $5 tomorrow, you put in $10 tomorrow, you are going to grow something bigger. But when you keep on ignoring every opportunity that comes your way, defining them as small income, you don't want small income, you don't want something that cannot pay much of your bills, you are ignoring growing your finances. I've come across people who came to me asking for platforms where they can make something to pay off some of their bills. And when I introduce them to sites that pay like $10 or $20, the next thing they're going to tell you is that you should introduce them to platforms that can pay them at least $500, $1,000, because that's the kind of money they need. And they forget that they are not supposed to ignore every opportunity if they really want to grow their finances. So this is the secret that actually skyrocketed me from where I used to be, that managing stage, to where I am today, because I never ignored any opportunity. Even the stage that I am today, if you introduce a new platform that pays $5, I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to give in my own effort to see if I can actually make that $5 from that platform. It doesn't mean that my life depends completely on that $5 at that moment, but I am that type of person who always want to take every little opportunity. So if you really want to grow financially, stop despising any opportunity that comes your way. So now let's pick another one, which is learning new skills. It's very important that you learn new skills. The world is really becoming so digitalized. So many skills that we learned back then many years ago that we felt they are not going to help us out. But most of those skills are really paying off today. I remember some skills I learned like 2020, some years back, that didn't even pay me off when I learned those skills, but they are currently paying me off. Even when I was learning most of the skills, I was learning them ignorantly. I was just learning them as something to pass away my time. But the truth is that today, most of the skills are paying me. And there are so many platforms you can actually learn new skills. Gone are those days where you have to go to a hairdresser, you have to go to a salon to learn how to make hairs, to learn how to make wigs. It's not so again. There are so many platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and so many others where you can acquire those skills without even leaving the comfort of your home. Or you want to learn web design or any other skills, there are so many skills out there that you can just learn from those platforms without leaving the comfort of your home. So try to learn new skills. The skills you are learning today might not really pay off for you today, but you'll be surprised that these skills you learn today are what is going to pay off your bills in years to come. So do not despise any skill. Try to learn skills. I've also discovered that most people do not like paying to learn new things. And you forget that when you pay more attention. When you pay for something, you are definitely going to give your attention to that. The motivation to learn is going to be there rather than something that is being given to you for free. So stop running away from paying to learn new skills. As I am today at the stage I am today, if I see someone who is willing to teach me something new, I'm always ready to learn. No matter the amount you want me to pay to you, I'm always paying to learn. I can't count how many things I have actually paid to learn online that at the end I don't even make use of them. But from at a point or the other, I will see that that skill that I learned some years back are still in one way or the other paying out for me. So that's what I'm saying. Look for skills that are actually going to pay off for you and start learning them today. You never can tell where that skill is going to take you to tomorrow. Now, another important one I really want to talk about is buying things I don't need. I know a lot of people are on this table right now because this is something that really kept me financially hands off for a long time, because I was this kind of person that even if I need something or not, once I like that thing, I'm ready to give it all it takes to buy it. I can't count how many things that I actually have acquired that at a point I realized that I do not need them, such as shoes, clothes, bags. There, if you look into your wardrobe right now, you see that there are so many clothes, or let me just term it, wears that you have bought at one time or the other that even till today you haven't worn them. So if you really want to grow financially, if you really want to be rich, you have to limit the things you buy. If you see anything that you feel you like it, so far it's something that you are not really in need of, avoid buying them. So I don't know for you, but for me, this is something that actually dealt with me many years back until I realized it. And ever since I stopped purchasing things that I do not need, I know it has really helped my finances a lot. Now, the next one I want us to look into, saving no matter how small. I know a lot of people just want to save when they are earning millions of naira, when they are earning thousands of naira, but no matter how small it is, try to save. It's very, very important. You may not know how this is going to help your finances, but the moment you learn how to save, no matter how small, it's actually going to do a lot to your financial life. If you are making like 10,000 naira weekly, no matter how hard it is for you, try to remove at least 2,000 or even 8,000 and save it. It's really going to do a lot in your finances. Then the most ignored one. I know a lot of people are actually going to be on this table as well, because this particular one I want to mention, oh my God, it really dealt with me, which is saying no to some invitations. Not all invitations you should say yes to. I was this kind of person that any party, anything you invite me to, I'm already calculating the kind of owambe I'm going to wear, the kind of outfit I'm going to put on for that occasion. But if you really want to grow your finances, you have to say no to some invitations. Not all invitations that you are supposed to say yes to. For example, you are earning like 50,000 naira per month and someone is inviting you for a party or an occasion that you are expected to buy an outfit of 100,000, and you are saying yes to such an occasion. Like, does it really make any sense? So if you really want to grow from the level you are to a better financial stage, you have to learn how to say no to some invitations. So if you are in the table of any of the points I have mentioned right now, please let me know in the comment section. What do you think about these points I've mentioned? Are you being affected by any of these points, or you think that these points are not actually affecting your finances? Because personally, to me, they really dealt with me, and until I started checkmating most of those things, that was when my finances really changed. So I want to hear your own opinion in the comment section.